Hi everyone, this is Mr. Sanders, and welcome to our lesson on Thomas Jefferson, the Louisiana Purchase, and the Barbary Pirates. For anyone new to my class, or if you're using my video, something to know is that anytime something's in the italics, it's not supposed to be copied. I use kind of a goofy font that you can pretty obviously see. Those are either explanations or prompts for class discussion. Anytime you see a question like analysis or class discussion, those discussions should be, you should pause the video and those discussions should be graded right on the spot. If I'm doing the video, I will pause the video and record any good comments that students are saying. So please keep that in mind that you should get involved, and class participation is a big part of both social studies and your grade. So without further ado, let's get started on Thomas Jefferson, the Louisiana Purchase, and the Barbary Pirates. Um, let's go to view here and do a full screen. Okay, that's your title. Take a minute and copy it down. I'm going to go quickly through the video. Of course, you can always rewind and pause. So today's lesson is going to center on hypocrisy. And hypocrisy is when a person says he or she has a moral standard but doesn't follow it. So for example, a hypocrite says stealing is bad, but then that person actually steals while they're saying that stealing is bad. So the first discussion, again, pause the video after I ask the question and have a good back and forth, is how does it make you feel when other people are hypocrites and why? And go ahead and pause. All right, so how this ties into Thomas Jefferson. Many people think Thomas Jefferson was in fact a hypocrite, and here's why. Before Jefferson was elected President of the United States, he said there were things that the federal government should never do because they were just wrong. They're ethically wrong. And then pretty much as soon as Jefferson became president, he ordered the government to do those very things that you're going to learn about today that he said were wrong. And what you're going to have to decide today in both class discussion and in written form is, in your opinion, did Thomas Jefferson's hypocrisy make him a bad president? In broader terms, is it always bad to say something is wrong and then to do it? You're going to have to develop an opinion on that. All right, so let's do a little background. This should be review for most of you, but if it's not, you should be okay. You're going to have most of everything you need to know right here. Here are Jefferson's beliefs before being elected, something he campaigned upon, something he said his whole life on what government should never do, and he developed these beliefs from his participation in the Revolutionary War and the decision to revolt against England. Jefferson believed in a small army and navy, low taxes. He believed that the federal government should not establish a high tax rate on the people, and strict construction of the Constitution. If you don't know what that means, it's very, very critical. This should be reviewed, but if you're new or you just missed it, it means unless the Constitution says the federal government can do something, it should not do it. So if it's not written in the Constitution, then you can't do it. Even if it's a good idea, you just can't do it unless it says the Constitution says so. So analysis question, pause the video after I ask. What is good about Jefferson's beliefs, number one, and kind of the same question asked in a different way. What is the tying theme among them? What ties all these beliefs together? Even if you don't like his beliefs, what is good about them and what ties them together? Why might this be appealing, regardless if you like them or not? Here's your assignment. You should, if you're a teacher, you should print this out or email it, as well as I'll have the screen up again at the end of the video, and of course you can always come back to it. Explain in what situations it is, if it's ever acceptable for a person to be a hypocrite. Why? What rules can you draw to decide if and when it's acceptable to say something is wrong, but then to do it anyway? And in your answer, you should explain whether Thomas Jefferson was wrong to act hypocritically. You can kind of see over here. And then cite examples from the present. This is always the most important part of my class, and should be any history class, is cite examples from the present where somebody said it was wrong to behave in some way, but did so anyway. Was it wrong for them to do that? Was it right? Is it always wrong to be a hypocrite? Or are there some cases you can distinguish where you can find if it's wrong or if it's right to do so? Tough question. All right, let's get into it. The Barbary Pirates. We're going to see a map in a second, and you can pause it after the map. Where would American traders have to go past in order to trade with southern Spain, France, and Italy? and why would this area be particularly good for pirates? I'm going to close out of this presentation for a second, and we'll take a look at a map of the Barbary Coast. Alright, so this word is pretty important. Here you have the southern tip of Spain, you have southern France, and you have Italy. Let's first zoom out. And where do you need to go if you're on the eastern coast of the United States here, and you're trying to travel across the Atlantic Ocean, and you're trying to get past Portugal and the southern tip of Spain, and you're trying to get to southern Spain, southern France, and southern Italy, very profitable places to trade. Let's zoom in, and you can tell me. I'm also going to tell you just in case, but if somebody wants to participate. So this is the big area, and also the question is, why would this be a good area for pirates to hang out? You want to pause the video now. Alright, I'm going to reload the slideshow. Okay, let's go ahead. So the pirates, the Barbary Pirates, blocked what's called the Strait of Gibraltar, and up until this point, when Jefferson is elected, the United States, from its inception until now, has paid these pirates $2 million as tribute. And what tribute is kind of like a bribe to a bully not to steal your stuff. If you're wondering, why the pirates wouldn't just take all our stuff, well, then if they're constantly robbing us, we'd never probably go again. So they know that it's kind of profitable for them to take, a constant amount of money that's guaranteed. It's continuous, it's reliable, and they're going to get this bribe basically, not to rob us. But we're paying this $2 million to these pirates. All right. So here's Jefferson's dilemma. Should the federal government build a navy to fight the pirates? And here's a class discussion, debate and discuss. What are the pros and cons of building a navy, of not building a navy? What would you do if you were Jefferson? You can pause the video and discuss that. Here's Jefferson's decision. He decided to raise taxes to build a navy. And remember, this is clear hypocrisy, because Jefferson said that presidents should not build a big army and navy. Then he did exactly the opposite once he was president. Another class discussion, and this is something you're going to use, so if you're a little lost or you want ideas, this is something you're going to interject right into your writing. Was Jefferson's hypocrisy immoral or unethical? In this situation, was it okay for him to change his mind? Why? Pause the video and discuss. Okay, let's go to the Louisiana Purchase. You just learned about the Barbary Pirates and Jefferson's hypocrisy regarding that. Let's go to the Louisiana Purchase. So here's the problem for the United States. France is controlling the Mississippi River, and this is preventing American shipping on the river. All right, so after this, I'm going to go to a map, and you can pause it. Let's do some analysis. See the map. Why is the Mississippi River so essential for American trade? All right, let's go to the map here. This is the Mississippi River all along this line. I'm kind of tracing with the map here. Why was this river so important to control for trade? That's the question. All right. Let's go back. There we go. Okay. So here's the situation. Jefferson, thinking that this is bad, that the United States, Americans can't ship along the river, he sent diplomats to France to buy the right to ship on the Mississippi River. This is totally within the president's powers under his treaty-making power in the Constitution. And he ordered his diplomats to offer initially $2 million to France for the right to trade on the river. But he said that secretly to them, obviously, that if the French wouldn't budge, you can spend up to $10 million because this river is so important. France had a counteroffer. They're having a significant amount of trouble in Haiti and the rest of the world, and they needed cash quickly. So France's counteroffer was $15 million, not for just control of the river, they'd get that too, the Mississippi River, they'd get that too, but for all of Louisiana territory. and pause the video while we look at the map, or after we look at the map. See the map. Is this a better or worse deal for the United States than what Jefferson proposed? Let's go to the map here. Okay, so initially Jefferson proposes up to $10 million just for control of the river, and France's counteroffer is $15 million, so $5 million more for this whole territory in the green. All of this land for $15 million is what France counteroffers, and the United States' offer is up to $10 million just for this river. Which do you think is the better deal? Should be pretty obvious to you. Okay. Jefferson's Dilemma is, should he accept the deal or not? You tell me. Factors to consider, however. Number one, the Constitution does not say that the federal government can spend money to buy new land. There's no provisions in there that say that the president can do that. Now, also keep in mind that there's no provisions that say that Jefferson can't do it either, but he's a strict constructionist. And number two, under strict construction of the Constitution, Jefferson cannot accept France's offer. It doesn't say that he can, and under what he campaigned, he can't. So what do you think Jefferson decided to do? Jefferson's decision was to accept the deal. Remember, this is clear hypocrisy. Before being elected, Jefferson said that presidents can only do what is expressly written in the Constitution, but when Jefferson became president, he entered into the deal with France that the Constitution does not mention. And here's a class discussion. Pause afterwards. Was Jefferson's hypocrisy immoral or unethical? In this situation, was it okay for him to change his mind? Why? All right, and then brings us back to your assignment. Teachers, you should give your students a copy of this or just forward them the PowerPoint or the video. Again, explain in what situations it is, if it's ever acceptable for a person to be a hypocrite, and why. What rules can you draw to decide if and when it's acceptable to say something is wrong, but then do it anyway later? In your answer, you should explain whether Thomas Jefferson was wrong to act hypocritically as president in his decisions regarding the Barbary Pirates and the Louisiana Purchase. Probably want to give the reader some background as to what was going on, what Jefferson said he would do, and then what he actually did. And then you want to explain whether it was wrong. Not only just was it a good or a bad idea, that's fine to mention, but also whether it was wrong to be a hypocrite. And then you want to cite examples from the present. It could be politicians, your parents, your friends, yourself, etc., where someone said it was wrong to behave in some way, but did so anyway. Was this okay for them to be a hypocrite? Was it not okay? What are the rules here? What are the rules that where somebody can be a hypocrite, if ever? I mean, you might think it's always okay to be a hypocrite or never to be okay to be a hypocrite. What are the rules where it's okay to say one thing and then to do the opposite? To say it's unethical to do X and then to do X. And you're going to write a paper, should be probably 3 to 4 pages typed. You should have specific examples from the past, mentioning Jefferson, mentioning the present, tying the two together, drawing broad rules. And then you'll probably participate in a debate where you'll take your ideas and we'll debate back and forth. You debate those situations. Hope you enjoy this. Thank you.